I will say medium. There we go. All right. So we're going to give you guys some sunshiny views up the Hudson, all the way out, and then over to the park. So fun. So beautiful. That's Columbus Circle, even though you can't see it. Oh, you can kind of see it down there below at the Trump Tower. Good stuff. All right, this is where we're landing today. So dialing it up, dialing it in. Everybody, if you could close your eyes, taking a nice deep breath in. Oh my gosh. And there are bees on the chair. This is amazing. These chairs were apparently made for me. Taking a nice deep breath in and closing your eyes. Just breathing in and breathing out, allowing yourself to settle into the room and to the moment. And as we always do, let's begin with our light link, sending that stream of consciousness up towards the sun. And as you find the sun, just allowing it to flood down on your face and feeling its fiery energy. It's super fiery energy. And as we head into this weekend, the astrology, we're on a Thursday for those that are coming in later. We're on a Thursday today. I think it's the 9th. And in a couple of days, the nodes of destiny are going to be lining up. And so in about, so I think that's where we're going to aim our focus for our meditation today. So nice deep breath in. As you feel that sunshine, I want you really to like anchor your feet in the earth and feel that sun starting to just burn through you, as though the brighter and brighter it becomes, really activate the flame, the heat of the sun. And seeing all of us standing with just as though the rocket ship has launched, in that look of fire that kind of comes off the nose cone of a rocket ship, as your feet are firmly rooted in the earth, and yet there is this motion, this energy that is just burning at infinite speed off of you, burning through the dross, as though wherever you are standing, you are the nose cone for planet Earth as it is blasting through the atmosphere and the density and all that is. So just really, we're going to let this energy, let this feeling, this sensation sink in, burning through all of the layers, burning through, utilizing that sun's brilliant, intense field of heat, of transformation, of light. Our sun is a portal, a very powerful portal. Continuing to breathe and now allowing for all of that light to become less flame-like and more brilliant white, hot light all around you as you feel yourself, the layers of the mind, the layers of density, all being released. And it's as though we've launched upon that golden thread. I want you to gaze back at the earth as I still feel us strongly tethered, like an umbilical cord to where you've been standing, but we've just essentially come through in the same way we think of bedrock, right? And we think of the grass or the trees, and then the layers of soil, and then the rock and some water tables, right? And then more rock. And as we make our way through the infinite layers of earth beneath us, I want you to feel as though this rocket like energy that you just blasted through and you've been burning off is no different than, as you look back at it now, umbilical cord style, tethered. It's like looking down through the earth, through the other layers. But now, instead of just the trees being the layer we start at and the physical reality being the layer we start at, You can see almost the matrix, right? The energy, the flow of cell tower connectivity and satellite connectivity. You can feel the way the energy moves through the electrical grid and the fiber optic grids, like that being another layer of density, just like the trees. We know that the trees are really forming the same fields. We've just built fiber optics and satellites to mirror what the trees are capable of doing. So, going the next layer up through the electromagnetic grid and through the satellite energy. And somewhere in here is a field, another layer of human consciousness, the herd mentality, if you will. So, between all of that is just ebbs of energy that are flowing around like currents in the ocean. So just feel yourself connecting to that. It's like moving through a cloud or a plane passing through the clouds, is what this one feels like. And just keep gazing, keep looking as we first burned through all of the layers. We like did the action, and now we're observing what we burned through. Beautiful. And next, feeling into, I want to say, like the global tribal energies. So these are like, in the same way we think of the oceans as different quadrants. Well, the collective energy has different quadrants, different consciousness that is ebbing and flowing. So just observing that. And this looks sort of similar to the observation of the oceans, right? As we look at different oceans and colors and shading. Nice deep breaths in here. And then we start to get into some of the energy of the earth, right? We know there are fires burning, there's flooding going on, there's a lot of different elemental forces that are unfolding, the peaks of the mountains rising, the depths of the ocean, but also the surface layer storms that are happening, northern hemisphere snow, deep cold, whatever is elementally out there. And I want you now to begin to listen. Take a moment as we tune into the earth, because what if her forms of connectivity, in the same way we think of the trees and their bio energy connecting through the bacterias and the soils? We didn't even touch on that one yet. And the network connectivity between the cell towers and the satellites and all of the human stuff. What if we were to go another layer in and envision the fires and the wind that blows as the whisper or the roar, depending of her voice? One big organism doing her thing. Go ahead and feel the earth. Feel the way she speaks through the wind and the rain and the waves on the ocean and the depths of the density within the caves, in the height, the peaks of the mountains. And with that fire and earth and water, go ahead and now feel your way into the ether. I always think of Tibetan monks that spin their little bells, singing the prayers, Om Mani Padme Om, Om Mani Padme Om. And they've dedicated their lives to just this prayer, Om Mani Padme Om. And they raise their voices in song, Om Mani Padme Om, as a blanket to the world. as reassurance to the earth. As we imagine rising to the peaks of the mountains, we can hear these voices like a satellite sending that signal of peace, of light, of love. Nice deep breath in here as your mind begins to split open through the veil. As it comes through the veil, we hear the sounds and the songs of the Om Mani Padme Oms, of angels singing. We begin to see color, maybe just imagining the sun and its white light again. We begin to see some geometries as though we've hit the outer atmosphere. And like a dome, there are these beautiful shapes and patterns etched in a geometrical sense into the earth, helping her hold this organism, this cell that she is in the midst of the cosmos. And much like we think of cells, think of those membranes taking energy in, taking the light of the sun in. And now go a little bit further, imagining taking the light of creation in from the sun, beyond the sun, through the sun. For oftentimes it's not in a linear sense like our human selves believe, but it is truly in the middle of. So to find that creation point, we can imagine ourselves sitting in the midst of the sun first, and then sitting in the center of the earth inside of her crystal quartz, sitting in the depths of all of these layers that we've come through, and then inverting it and sitting in the center of our own hearts. And allowing ourselves from the center to now feel out through all of those layers of density, not just the lava and molten core, but the bedrock and the water tables and the soils and the trees, the bacterias within the soils, the grasses, the mountains that rise up, the rivers that flow through, the wind that blows across the surface, the electromagnetic fields, all of it. And yet here we sit in stillness in the center. And at the tops of those mountains, at the edge of the atmosphere, at the edge of the cell, excuse me, we can feel and hear our own heart's stillness. And in the distance, that Om Mani Padme Om. Go ahead and let yourself from the center of the earth come in to the darkness. Let yourself pass through that portal that opens to the earth. And when we go the other direction, opens to the center of creation. For truly, in the same way we are sitting in the center of the earth, we are sitting in the center of creation. And we don't have to know or see, just breathe here. Let this point in space and time be called in, for it's a vast point to call into space and time and manifestation. So your human mind has no logical way of connecting to it. It may feel as vast as the ocean or as safe as the cocoon. Coming all the way back into the center of your heart. Feel this perfect cocoon wrapped around you. Who are you becoming as we pass through this portal in a couple days? This portal of destiny. This portal that sets humanity on its new trajectory, stepping into a new age. And what's interesting about it is that we're actually not going to step, right? We're going to go within and allow the new age to unfold, to emerge through each of us. So as you feel yourself in the center of this cocoon, much like a flower, a rose opening, envisioning, feeling the sensation of those petals starting to open, feeling yourself breaking from the chrysalis to allow yourself to blossom and to bloom. For it is through you, with you, and by you that the earth's pulse beats, that love is remembered, that joy manifests your heart, and that the light spreads like a blanket out and over and around and through all of the rocks, all of the soils, all of the oceans, all of the cells, simply through your intention. You bring this light to life in all things around you. The emergence of light in the depths of the density and the depths of the destruction and the breakdown of flower blooms in your heart. Nice deep breaths in here, feeling the energy, that golden light, no longer coming down and in, but rising up and through the earth. New levels of connection. Our moon and her nodes of destiny, setting the course, setting the tone, serving as the control of the new frequency. Wherever we set this channel to for ourselves today and now, obviously it will shift within reason, but it is your heart that is determining what this new reality will beat to, what rhythm, what pulse, what frequency. As you hold that tight, knowing that you are chosen. You are here with purpose, with light, with love. So with that, I'm going to have us come all the way back into our bodies, taking a few breaths if you need for all that golden light to settle in your cells, having risen up through the earth, through your knees. It doesn't usually come through the earth. So really let your body open, lifting off whatever weights are inside, whatever heaviness you're holding, like a nice, new, beautiful golden set of bones and strength and core, letting it become your own. All right. With that, making your way back into the room, to the moment. And welcome back. Have a beautiful